Are neurodivergents more selfish than neurotypicals? The short answer is no. But I think there's an important issue here that can be teased out. And that's the fact that many neurodivergents, and I'm including myself here as somebody who's autistic and ADHD, struggle with being maybe a little bit self-absorbed or self-centered in their thought processes. They're not inherently selfish. That's the distinction I want to make here. But they may not realize that they need to do certain things as part of social grooming or social relationships or social maintenance that is inherently expected by neurotypicals and that I think all of us value. For example, reaching out, saying hello, checking in with people, following up on stuff they've shared, acknowledging or remembering something they've shared with you. I know with my ADHD, my short-term memory isn't the best, and I don't store or remember, and I can't recall certain things that I know are crucial, like names of spouses, names of children. I know with object impermanence or object inconstancy, I tend to not remember people or to reach out to them. And in the past, less so these days, I didn't have the social cognition to know that I should do these things. So for example, following up on an offer, being gracious, being generous, thanking somebody for hanging out for you or for remembering you or doing something nice for you. Letting them know that they're a part of your internal universe and that you care about them and that you really value what they have to offer. Those things are so crucial for relationship maintenance. And when you don't do them, whether this person is neurotypical or neurodivergent, that person can feel abandoned. And I've been in relationships, friendships with people who are neurodivergent, and I've experienced that firsthand. And I've also been the person who I think has perpetuated that. I was going through a struggle recently in my life, and a neurodivergent friend knew about the struggle, had been privy to some of the struggle, and they distanced themselves as a result because I guess they were dealing with their own feelings or complications related to it. Even though I didn't blame them or shame them or anything, they got uncomfortable, didn't have a crucial conversation with me about it, didn't even tell me that they weren't at capacity, and then kind of like soft ghosted and just distanced and didn't show up. And I felt really abandoned because that friend and their support and their understanding and empathy was really important to me at that period of my life. And they distanced and then resurfaced and then distanced, and then 7 months later I hear back from them and I'm like, you really just dropped the ball there, and whatever you're going through, I understand, but you could have communicated. And that's something we often don't do, either because we have shame, we fear rejection because of rejection-sensitive dysphoria. We don't have those necessary conversations because we're afraid they'll blow up or they'll lead to rejection or criticism or something. And then things just get left in silence. And in my case, I was just like, what's going on here? And then by the time they finally reached out to me, I was like, well, the crucial window has passed. You didn't show up for me. There's a lot of repair work you have to do to make up for that absence. And I know that absence can happen. We can forget about people. We can be distracted. We get very single-minded about the thing that we're currently fixating on. And we forget our friends, or we get overwhelmed with the demands of day-to-day life. Sensory overwhelm, executive function overwhelm. It can be a lot. And we might not have the bandwidth to reach out to friends or to do a lot of those tasks that are an inherent part of relationship maintenance. That said, the onus is still on us to show up for people and engage in pro-social behavior, to acknowledge them, to thank them, to be gracious towards them, to check in with them, to maintain regular communication, to have crucial conversations when conflict or discomfort comes up, to express your needs, to let people know. Yes, that is more cognitive and emotional labor that we have to add to our plate, and that's unfortunate because we end up feeling even more taxed. But it is on us as adults, conscientious adults, to remember our responsibilities to other people we are in relationship with. Have you experienced this kind of behavior as a neurodivergent from yourself or from somebody else who's neurodivergent? And how has it impacted you? How has it led to conflict with other folks, whether they're neurotypical or neurodivergent? What has been the result? I would love to hear about all of your experiences.